Let me tell you something. The Cleveland Browns are sitting on a damn gold mine, and somehow, someway, the only guy who doesn't seem to realize it is the one signing the checks. Because now, it's official. Browns owner Jimmy Haslam just confirmed what had been whispered all week long. The trade rumors surrounding rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders? They're not smoke anymore. They're fire. And this is where things get ugly. See, Shedeur Sanders wasn't Haslam's guy. That pick, that came straight from GM Andrew Berry. Berry saw the talent, saw the command, saw the it factor that the rest of the league somehow overlooked when Shedeur fell all the way to the 5th round. But now the man who made the call, the man who got it right, is watching his future franchise quarterback get dangled on the trade block like a spare part. All right, I'm launching a giveaway like never before. Think you know which Browns quarterback will start the first official game? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed. Because 5 lucky winners will score a free game jersey. The more videos you comment on, the better your chances. Now let's continue the video from where we left off. And here's the kicker, Shedeur. He's not just some developmental rookie sitting quietly in the background. He's been straight up dominating at Browns training camp. I'm talking best completion percentage on the roster, most touchdowns, best passer rating, and not just by a little. By a lot. And yet, he hasn't taken a single first-team rep, not one. Let that sink in. The most accurate, most consistent, most dangerous quarterback in camp is still buried on the depth chart, stuck behind aging veterans and a rookie that's getting more hype than production. This isn't just a quarterback competition anymore. This is a full-blown front office civil war. Andrew Berry? He's betting his legacy on Shedeur Sanders, but Jimmy Haslam? He just made it clear. If the offer is good enough, he'll ship the kid out tomorrow. And guess who's already circling? The New Orleans Saints. Now, let's talk about the Saints for a second. Because their quarterback room is falling apart faster than their playoff dreams. Derek Carr just up and retired out of nowhere, didn't even give them a chance to breathe. And in full-blown panic mode, New Orleans turned around and reached hard for Tyler Shue in the 2nd round. From the moment Goodell read that name, you could feel the groans coming from fans and scouts alike. This was a desperation move, a gamble, and it's already going south. Fast forward to training camp. Shue's mechanics are a mess. His reads are late, and his decision-making? Local reporters said he ran the worst 2-minute drill in NFL history. That's not me exaggerating. That's the headline. Meanwhile, back in Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders is putting on a clinic, a masterclass. Just days ago, the kid went 9 for 9 with 2 touchdowns against the Browns starting defense. I mean, veterans were shaking their heads. They knew what they were witnessing. And former Pro Bowl defensive back Asante Samuel? He's not keeping quiet. He's already on social media saying what we're all thinking. The Saints need to pick up the phone and make the deal now. And since Haslam just cracked the door open, we're no longer asking if this could happen. We're asking why the hell would Cleveland even consider it? And that's where this story gets even deeper. Because this might have nothing to do with football. When the Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders, fans assumed the whole building was aligned. I mean, this was Shedeur Sanders. One of the most electric, battle-tested quarterbacks in the country. Cool under pressure, smart with the football, a born leader. But the truth is, that pick wasn't a united decision. That was Berry's move. Berry saw the opportunity, a potential franchise guy in the 5th round? That's how GMs make their careers, but Haslam? From what I've heard, he was never on board, never sold, never saw the vision. And now, instead of standing behind Berry's decision, he's using Shedeur as a bargaining chip, making it very clear that no matter what happens on the field, the final call will always come from the top floor. And here's the brutal irony. Sanders is outperforming everyone in that building. He's sharper than Joe Flacco, smarter with the football than Dylan Gabriel, more explosive than Kenny Pickett, who, by the way, still isn't 100%, and yet, while Gabriel struggles through his first-team reps like he's wading through wet cement, Shedeur's stuck running with the backups. It's not about talent anymore, it's about politics. And if the Browns don't get their house in order soon, they're going to hand another team the quarterback of the future. And the Saints? They're lurking like sharks in the water. Look, if this was really about performance, this quarterback depth chart wouldn't even be. Let me say this loud and clear. Every single day, the Cleveland Browns keep Shedeur Sanders buried on the depth chart. is another day they risk throwing away the most electric quarterback prospect this franchise has seen in years. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being dramatic for clicks. I'm telling you the truth. If they're not going to give this man a real shot, not just token reps, not just scout team nonsense, then it's time to stop treating him like a collectible and let another team unleash him. And there's one team right now that needs Shedeur more than anyone: the New Orleans Saints. All right, I'm launching a giveaway like never before. Think you know which Browns quarterback will start the first official game? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed, because 5 lucky winners will score a free game jersey. The more videos you comment on, the better your chances. Now let's continue the video from where we left off. Let's talk about desperation. In New Orleans, it isn't just simmering, it's suffocating that building. The second Derek Carr announced his retirement, the Saints went from shaky to absolutely panicked. And their big answer? Tyler Show. A second-round pick, a project, a prayer, a gamble that the front office tried to sell to the fans like they'd unearthed the next Josh Allen. But the fans didn't buy it. The analysts didn't buy it. Hell, even the locker room seems unsure. And you want to know how that gamble's playing out in camp? Go watch the tape. Shoe has been all over the place. Missing throws, awkward in the pocket, and completely overwhelmed in pressure drills. But the moment that really sealed it for me? That 2-minute drill last week. The one that New Orleans beat reporters called the worst they've ever seen. Let that sink in. Not just bad, historically bad. That's the guy they chose instead of Shedeur Sanders. This is why I keep saying, the fit is too perfect. The Saints don't just need a quarterback. They need a spark. They need someone with composure, with swagger, with juice. Someone who can breathe life back into that fan base, put jerseys on backs, but more importantly, win. Shedeur isn't a patch job. He's not a short-term fix. He's a franchise piece, a player you build around for the next 10 years. And here's the kicker. Jimmy Haslam confirmed trade talks are happening. That's not speculation. That's not rumor. That's real. That means New Orleans doesn't have to hope the door is open. They know it is. And if you're the Saints, you've already seen what not picking Shedeur looks like. You passed on him multiple times in the draft. You watched him drop round after round, as if no one in your war room had the guts to pull the trigger. And meanwhile, what did Cleveland do? They finally took him, 5th round. A steal, GM. Andrew Berry's been quietly proud of that move ever since. And for good reason. But let's not kid ourselves. Even in Cleveland, this pick wasn't unanimous. Haslam wasn't the one pounding the table for Shedeur. And in this league, we all know how much that matters. If the guy at the top didn't believe in you from day one, you're already fighting uphill. Fast forward to today. And what do we have? The entire NFL draft board flipped on its head. Tyler Show is getting torched by his own media, while Shedeur Sanders is dominating every rep in camp. He's outshining first-rounders, second-rounders, veterans, doesn't matter. He's been the most accurate quarterback on the Browns roster, period, the calmest under pressure, the only one growing week to week, and still, they refuse to give him real first-team reps. So what are we doing here? Are the Browns serious about winning? Or are they just hoarding talent they're too scared to play? Because here's the truth. If you're not going to use him, trade him, and not for peanuts, not for a maybe and a backup guard. No. Right now, Shedeur's value is sky high. And the Saints? They've got the motivation and the assets, they've got weapons, they've got a window in a wide-open NFC South, and they've got a front office desperate to correct a brutal draft day mistake. This is the type of deal that changes the course of 2 franchises. Cleveland could demand premium picks, a starter, future flexibility, whatever they want. And if Jimmy Haslam really doesn't see Shedeur as his guy, this is his moment. Make the call, strike the deal, let this young man go somewhere he's wanted, truly wanted. Because let's be honest, if the Browns keep sitting him, that's not development, that's sabotage. But this thing is far from settled. There's a war brewing at the top in Cleveland. Haslam confirmed the rumors, Berry's pushing to hold on. If they can't get aligned, we're staring at a full-blown power struggle. And in the NFL, when egos clash, franchises freeze, decisions stall, opportunities vanish. And there's one more wild card. Preseason, if Shedeur lights it up under the lights, and I mean really puts on a show, that phone in Berea is going to ring off the hook. Every snap he takes could drive up his value, but it also makes it harder for the Browns to justify letting him walk. That's the paradox. The better he plays, the more irreplaceable he becomes. To both sides of this argument. So what's it going to be? Keep him and waste his prime sitting behind older, inconsistent quarterbacks? Or trade him and risk watching him become a superstar? Somewhere else? That's the kind of decision that defines a franchise for a generation. Let's not forget, Shedeur Sanders was never supposed to be some fifth-round flyer. He's not some developmental maybe. He's not just another guy. He's a composed, battle-tested, pro-ready quarterback with the tools to lead a franchise now. And the fact that we're even talking about trading him before he gets a real shot? It's insanity. Yet here we are, and now the whole league is watching. The Saints have the need, Shedeur has the ability, the Browns have a decision to make. This is a crossroads moment, so I'll leave it with you. If the Browns aren't going to hand him the keys, is it finally time to let him go? Should they cash in, let him take over in New Orleans and start writing his NFL legacy on his own terms? Because make no mistake, his time is coming. The only question left is, where? If you're fired up like I am, drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more stories like this. Because we are just getting started. Thanks for watching and see you next one.